Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Today we are discussing an old school IWC sports watch, and I mean old school in its proportions, its detailing, and its chase Teutonic sensibility. They are German-Swiss, and of course Schaffhausen being the point of origin for this IWC 3548 Aquatimer 1000. It is reserved, restrained, elegant, and versatile. It could easily be your only watch, and in an office where everyone has an Omega, Tag, Breitling, or Rolex, this would also be the standout and the borderline exotic. So the timepiece is the 3548-05 in stainless steel, 42 millimeters. You can see on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, it wears full size but not oversized. It's not terribly thick, only 13.1 millimeters thick. The timepiece has a slim automatic caliber that makes this possible. Lug to lug, because we are measuring the extension created by the bracelet, we're going to measure it link to link across the wrist, I should say, and the watch across the wrist, 53.6 millimeters, is substantial. But take heart, this is not a conventional 53 across the wrist. I would recommend this watch for a wrist as small as 14.5 centimeters circumference. You'll wear it just fine. The bracelet's a wonderful piece. The clasp itself has a few thoughtful refinements, entirely blasted internally. It features a trigger release system, a single fold deployant, and unusually for a dive watch, it's relatively slim in profile. Now you can fine tune this bracelet because this bracelet is entirely sizable. By that I mean every individual link on both sides can be removed to properly size this watch for your wrist. It comes with a set of tools that allow you to depress the dimple underneath on the intermediate link. That releases the lateral bar, and you can see them arrayed along the side of the links. You release that lateral bar, push it through, reconnect the link, and now you've sized the watch. You can also use it for very close cleaning. Satin finish, immaculate, nicely executed, longitudinal. It does bear a little bit of a resemblance to the Nautilus bracelet, but it is also tougher than the Nautilus bracelet. Substantively, I can snap a Nautilus bracelet in my hands. I would have trouble dismantling this, and as it should be for a tough sports watch, water resistant down to 1,000 meters. You can see the case band, unconventionally vertical satin finished. That's not common, as most watches that use satin finish on their flanks use a longitudinal edge to edge. This is unconventional and it gives it a bit of a machine ethic. You'll also see how the lugs are stepped out with a sharp cleft between the case band and the lug. The lugs are highly integrated and they form one large piece in conjunction with the case. The taper of the bracelet means this is a highly integrated design. Think Gerald Genta. And then there's a bezel that gives way to a very thick sapphire, so thick in fact that it creates some off-axis distortion, a little bit like a vintage plexiglass. And this watch does appropriate the vintage Aquatimer nomenclature. The model you see here was made from 2004 to early 2009, so it had a relatively short production run. The dial in classic Aquatimer fashion is no nonsense. High grade, matte finish for anti-glare. There is an internal unidirectional rotating dive bezel. Let's give ourselves a bit more light, get a bit closer here and see it in detail. But like the original Aquatimer of 1967, this one features an internal bezel and thus more lume than you typically have on a bezel. There's also absolutely no danger of damaging the bezel or displacing it during a dive. You adjust it using this crown that ratchets at 4 o'clock. The dial has depth. As you can see, the bezel forms a Rayhawk-like flange that transitions from the bezel to the base of the dial, which is a matte, and then there's a monotone white on black date disc. Simple stuff, a screw down crown, caliber IWC 30110. It's an ETA 2892A2, automatic winding, 21 joules, IWC regulated, and back then IWC was doing quite a few modifications to the movement to the point that they replaced the train, the power source, the regulator, and they adjusted it in-house. These virtually became IWC movements. Bidirectional winding, stop seconds, quick set date, and of course 1,000 meters water resistant. The movement itself is quite slim, solidly under 4 millimeters thick. It allows this watch to be svelte in profile despite being redoubtable in its build and capabilities. You can see this old school IWC Aquatimer dive watch and make it yours on the Watchbox. IWC Aquatimer 1000. Take note of the loomed counterweight of the seconds hand. Every dive watch should have a loomed seconds hand.